Our good buddy Matt Copley is joining us. Matt, you guys have a very interesting profession, and sort of when you explained to me what you guys did, I was sort of taken aback because you don't think about really the science of preserving trees. But
Right.
Tell us exactly what Fulgham's does.
Well, we're a tree preservation company, and we focus on protecting the tree's root systems through working the ground with our patented FAST technology.
And when you talk about mature trees on a property,
Mm-hmm.
and Wesley, you know this from your experience as a realtor, that's something that really adds to the value, and more so than
Absolutely.
maybe we think, right?
Absolutely. Trees can be up to, your total landscape is going to be about 15% of your home value.
Right.
And so trees are definitely an asset to your home and provide many, many benefits.
Well, there are a number of, and Wesley, you speak to this, when people go to look at a lot to maybe build, and certainly you have places like that on your resume of and opportunities on your listings. You have to take into account the trees and where and how you want to present the entire package as far as your house and where it relates to the trees. So that's a big thing, and that's one of the great things about being in your line of work, because you usually get people out into the country in those type of spots.
You're exactly right. And one thing that you got to take and consider as far as your trees is the character that it adds to your house and to your landscape. I mean, you just can't go out and plant a 80 or 100-year-old oak tree with big sprawling limbs that you can put a swing on for your kid.
Can't go to buy one of those at the store.
Right.
They don't offer those, as far as I know, at Lowe's or anywhere, do they, guys? So you really, and Matt, you want to build around, but also in the construction process. What I learned the other day is that it could be very detrimental to the trees, or a tree in particular, couldn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. You start getting into the root systems and putting in driveways and irrigation lines and running big equipment over the root system, and a lot of people specifically put their house in the middle of all these trees because they like to have them around their home.
Right.
And then they go in and damage the trees, so they have to call us.
No, yeah, all right. And boy, you talk about a great example of trees and their beauty and the enjoyment of those is the Grove at Ole Miss. And David and myself and you were talking the other day about the elimination of parking, bringing vehicles, and people were bringing RVs.
I remember as a kid RVs in the Grove.
Remember the day when everybody parked in the Grove.
Right.
In order to, and that's not a convenience thing that the university said, hey, no more of that. More of a safety thing for the trees.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, because those trees, the Grove adds so much to that campus, and a lot of people don't recognize Ole Miss because of the Grove.
Well, also in the way of trees, Wesley, you talk about forestry, and you have a guy that on your team at Mossy Oak Properties of Tupelo that sort of specializes in determining your timber and what it's worth.
That's right.
Yeah.
We've got two registered foresters that work with us. One is Greg Warren, and he buys and sells timber, markets your timber also. And then we also have Andy Redwood, who is kind of specializes in spraying trees as well, keeping your pine trees and all that healthy.
Yeah. It's not something that you often think about. I know we all often think about our own health and the cold and flu season and everything like that. Well, most of us today, I'm jacked up with this cold type thing. But your trees, it's pretty delicate, their health, and there are a lot of things that can attack them that you need to be wary of, don't you?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Talk about some of those things that the average homeowner or person may not even be aware of, and can really affect your entire property if it takes down a tree.
Well, it's easy to damage trees because the root systems are so shallow. You start building your home around it and running equipment across it, and it doesn't take long for you to damage that root system, and that's the whole life of the tree is the root system. If you damage that root, you're going to see the effects in the tree.
Unbelievable what trees do for us, guys, in terms of our health, our sort of overall quality of life. I mean, I was amazed the other day, we were talking about the studies that were done regarding trees and how they actually make us healthier,
Absolutely.
live better quality of life.
Yeah, there's a lot of research out there that shows that kids and families that grow up in areas that have a lot of trees and nature, that they make better grades in school, they're healthier. Around hospitals, people that are looking out that window and they see trees and nature outside versus concrete, they recover faster.
We need to plant more trees outside our studio here. Maybe that's my problem, Wesley.
Exactly. Maybe when we get the city to get this
Well,
taken care
as
of.
one thing I think we could all agree on, that we talked about this the other day, Matt, is that you and I live in the Joyner
Yes, sir.
neighborhood.
Yes,
We
sir.
both have houses in Joyner. And the aesthetically pleasing atmosphere and environment that trees produce. And people, Wesley, you know this, as you used to be a resident in Joyner as well, people are drawn to that neighborhood for the
For the
trees.
trees.
Yeah.
And really and truly, that's one of the neighborhoods in Tupelo, one of my favorite neighborhoods in Tupelo because of the trees in there.
Right.
There's not many neighborhoods that you can go and see all the older trees like that in Joyner area. And that's one of the reasons why that area holds its value so well. Also, I
Yeah. You're listening to Our Town on SuperTalk Mississippi 102.9. We have Payne Atkinson here from Atkinson Law Firm in Tupelo, as well as our good friend Matt Copley from Fulgham Incorporated. Those guys are tree specialists when it comes to preserving the health of your trees. And of course, Wesley Webb, our host today from Mossy Oak Properties of Tupelo. If you have a question for us, or maybe a comment you'd like to make, one of our three guys here today probably can answer that or help you with any concerns you may have. Our Zip Scripts phone line is 841-9508. And when we return, we're going to continue our conversation about loan closings with Payne Atkinson. And that entire process, it doesn't have to be painful. Right, Payne?
I hope not.
Yeah, a painless loan closing with Payne Atkinson this morning. When we return on Super Talk Mississippi's Our Town, keeping it real estate with Wesley Webb of Mossy Oak Properties. Stay with us.